up, Kings? It is NappyFu all up on your screen, and today is a Napchat video. I just want to chat, y'all. Have you ever really correlated self-care with hair care? When you think of self-care, most of these videos, and I probably have a couple myself, talk about doing a facial, taking a shower. But did you know it's deeper than that, man? The way you take care of yourself does affect not just our hair, but everything. So today I'm gonna go over several tips that I've been implementing in my life that has allowed me to really take care of myself the way my hair needs. Okay, y'all ready? Now before checking in, let go. This week I was inspired by the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. Therefore, we do not lose heart, but though our outer man is decaying, yet our inner man is being renewed day by day. Amen. Welcome back, y'all. Thanks for letting me be back on your screen. If it's your first time seeing me, I hope you like today's video and you join Team Kinks, okay? Side note, if you hear any noise, rustle or tussle, it's my little Kofi over here playing with his toys and just being straight disrespectful, okay? Self-care. One thing you'll learn about my channel, I'm really big on taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and everything. And I always say how when those things are being taken care of, your hair does reap the benefit. Did you know that self-care is not just something that affects you emotionally? There's like 8 different areas that self-care can affect. Emotional, psychological, professional, environmental, social, physical, financial. Did y'all know it can go that deep? It can. Honestly, we use the term self-care and some might mean it in a selfish way. But really, self-care is something that you do so that you can be at your best self in order to be the best for other people. Okay? Now, all the areas I mentioned, of course, I can't go into details with all of that because I'm still learning myself, okay? But one thing I do tend to gravitate to is the emotional and spiritual side of self-care. Growing up, taking care of myself was at the lowest number on my list. I really didn't even know how to do that. I just basically did whatever was needed in the household, not knowing how it affected me. I never even recognized if it affected me. I just kept it moving. But as I get older, I've come to realize, no, Linda, listen. It's important to check in with yourself. Because when you are not stabilizing, how can you stabilize anyone else? You cannot, okay? First tip on the deck is to unlearn the lies. Yes, ma'am. Unlearn the lies, okay? Focusing again on the emotional, spiritual aspect of self-care. There are a lot of things that we are being told about ourselves every day. You might have been told you're not good for nothing. You'll never be anything. You're not pretty enough. You're not enough. You too tough. You're too soft. All these things that are just straight lies, okay? You're not to anything. You're just you. Once you discover who you are and you learn to be comfortable with who you are, you will absolutely quickly notice the lies that people are telling you. When they say you're not enough, you'll be like, actually, I am enough. If you can't see it, I feel pretty bad for you. I'm gonna have to pray for your vision because it's blurred, okay? You ain't gonna never do nothing. Well, that can't be true because God born me for something. He born me to do something. So that means I am gonna be something. And I'm gonna do some things like, hello? How do you unlearn those type of lies as a believer? Read the Bible. It's real simple. Read the Bible, hear what God says about you, and start speaking that stuff over yourself. It's really important to understand there's no way that anyone who was created by God was brought into this world to be nothing and do nothing and amount to nothing. You have purpose. You have a purpose. There's a reason you are still standing and alive. And once you really open yourself to let God download into you why he still has you here, watch the great things he will do through you. Okay? So yes, I believe it's really important to unlearn lies that you are being told. How do you know that somebody is telling you lies, or how do you know if you're hearing lies? Well, I can only tell you what I do. I read the Word of God. I read about women. I read about how women were looked at in the Bible. I read about what Jesus said about us, Matthew, Mark, and all those books. I read about that type of stuff. I read, why did Jesus die for me? What was his intentions? What was his plans? I read about in Genesis how God created everything. And when I read about that stuff and I remind myself of it and I meditate over it and I speak it over myself, I'm like, well, then that must be that everything that this person is telling me cannot be true. It is absolutely opposite of the Word of God. So therefore, bam, slap that sucker up out of there, okay? I don't receive it. So that's what I personally do. I remind myself of the only truth that you can go by, the Bible. So unlearning the lies is not just doing affirmations over your life. I will be this, I will be that. But it's also going to the word and speaking what has already been confirmed. You are the head and not the tail. You are above, you're not below, okay? You are part of a royalty, okay? There are blessings and stuff in store for you. Now, the plans that God has for you is for good. He didn't say you won't suffer for a while, because people forget the part in Jeremiah 29:11. Before he said that, he talked about how you will suffer for a little while, but the plans I have for you are for good. So speak that kind of stuff. Read that type of stuff. The confirmed word. Let that be your affirmations. Next tip, be intentional. Be intentional about what you want to do, who you want to do it for, how you want to do it, by when do you want to do it. See, being intentional is basically setting out what you want to accomplish and accomplishing it, no matter how many obstacles come your way. Some of the obstacles that come our way are all mental. We talk ourselves out of things. But when you know what you intentionally want to do, it's actually a good thing. It's right. There's nothing you should be talking yourself out of. Get it done. How do you be more intentional? Be self-aware. Know what you know and know it very well. Don't halfway do it. Know it all the way through. Whatever your passions are, don't shy away from it. You know what that thing is that you just can't stop thinking about. You get very, very excited about. You can read about it for hours. If somebody comes along and tells you that's stupid, that's dumb, hello, we're going back to the first one. Unlearn the lies. There's a reason why that thing drives you. Ignore the lie sayer and be intentional about that thing that drives you, okay? Set out a goal. Accomplish it, no matter what. Because when you are hitting your goals, you are intentionally making your mark. There's an emotional and spiritual advancement that happens within that starts to come out of you. You don't realize it, okay? That sounds weird, right? But I'm just saying, be intentional, be on purpose, do things on purpose. Not by the way, not being forced, not being dragged, but do it because it's the right thing to do. And on that note, let's get into the sponsor of this portion of the video.
Big shout out to Skillshare for being today's sponsor. If you haven't heard about Skillshare, well, girl, let me tell you, sir, you listening? Okay. It is an online learning community where there's lots and lots of people that come together in order to take the next step in their journey, whether it be a creative journey, financial journey, self-care journey, whatever journey, you're going to find a topic that will speak to what your goal is, okay? Now, you'll see these different classes of different people teaching it, but most of them are not even teachers, y'all. These are basically fellow creatives who are passionate about a topic so much that they are giving you an entire premium class about it, okay? And some of them even offer workshops. Girl, no ads. So therefore, you watching straight content, no interruption. I'm sorry, where they do that at? On Skillshare, okay? I've been watching videos from editing to self-care to finances to building your confidence, to becoming more organized and more productive, and all these different topics that speak to me and where I am in life right now and where I want to go. And I believe it can speak to you too. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers, hey Team Kinks, that click on the link in the description box will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Do you know how much you can learn in 1 month? Quite a bit. So go ahead and click on that link, sign up today. Get to learning while you're quarantining. You might as well come out with many new skills, okay?
Tip number 3, stop worrying about what has not happened. Yeah, stop worrying, 1, about what hasn't happened. 2, you ever just worked yourself up over something you think is to come? You think it's I think it's gonna happen, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. Girl, it hasn't even happened. Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Worry less. Pray more. But listen, as long as you've done your part, you cross your T's, you dot your I's. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen. And you need not to stress about it. Just wait for it in anticipation. Ask God to keep on giving you the grace to wait. And until it happens, you keep living your life. Don't stay stagnant, worrying about what has not happened yet. Okay? Plant the seed and leave it there to grow. 4, take time to recharge. Yes. You need time to recharge. What do you think about when I say that? Rest. Yes! Hello? You need time to recharge. You need time to rest. That whole little saying, I will rest when I'm dead. stupid. It's just dumb. I used to believe that too. But what did I do? Tip number 1, unlearn the lies. Who told you you'd be resting when you're dead? No. We know for sure you can rest now because you're alive and there's a bed. You can sleep, go to bed, wake up, rest it. Take time to rest. Take time to recharge yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Not only does it benefit self, but it benefits others. Because when you well rested, you can think clearly. You can feel clearly. Everything, there's more clarity. But when your mind is fog, what clarity you think you're gonna get at that point in time? None. So take time to recharge. You need it. You need it more than you know. Be fine with being imperfect, okay? Be imperfectly fine, okay? Be okay with making mistakes. Be okay with getting things wrong when you didn't intend to get it wrong. Be okay with not getting it the first time, maybe not the second time, maybe the third time, but you know you're supposed to get it, so you're gonna keep on trying. Be okay with all that. Be okay with embarrassing yourself, okay? Be okay with that, because one thing I've come to learn as one who has embarrassed herself many times is that it pays off in the end. Because when I get it, I get it. And not only do I get it, I'm also able to help others who might be trying to accomplish the same thing. I can tell you, oh, you're trying to do X, Y, and Z? Girl, I know all about that. I was trying for 5 years straight, and then I finally got it. Just when I'm about to give up, girl. Let me go ahead and tell you and be a mentor to you if you don't mind, and help you out. I think that's so important. Be perfectly fine with being imperfect. Being perfect should never be a goal for you, because you're going to stress yourself out trying to reach a goal you were never meant to reach. Being perfect is not a goal. It's a lie. That's one of the things we have to unlearn, okay? But being imperfect is the absolute truth, because we are not individuals who can do things absolutely right all of the time. So you should be okay with that. Yeah. Release yourself from the stress of trying to get something perfect. No, just get it done. Get it done and be okay with it. All right, before I get into this last tip, I kind of want to go ahead and get right into our Napchat question. I know you're like, what? No, that usually comes after. I know, let's just change things up a little bit, okay? I want to know from y'all, all these tips I'm giving, they're not your typical self-care tip. I know. I'm not talking about doing makeup, or I'm not talking about washing your face with some, banana leaves or anything like that. But I really feel like self-care is deeper than the physical stuff. I really do. Do you? I want to know, what are some self-care tips you can give that has really helped you out emotionally and mentally? Let us know in the comment box below. Trust me, your response will definitely help another kink out. Thanks in advance. In the last tip. Now this tip is going to tie into the next video that's going to come about self-care. Do you know the Bible talks a little bit about things you should do for yourself? I know you're probably like, no, that can't be possible. We're not supposed to think of ourselves higher than others. We are supposed to put others before ourselves. Yes, you are supposed to do that. Very true. But you're also supposed to take care of yourself, okay? The next tip, nourish your skin. You're like, what? That ain't in the Bible? It is. Ephesians 5:29. No one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church. Hey, look, you read what I read. You heard what I said. I read straight from the Bible, Abby. You heard it. It says to nourish and cherish our skin, just like God does the church. It said, no one has ever hated their flesh. Oh my gosh. That alone, I can speak on a lot, but I'm gonna save that for another video. Don't hate your flesh. Nourish and cherish the skin you're in. But I think it's deeper than the outside. To nourish and cherish your skin is about what you are doing from the inside. How are you mentally? How are you emotionally taking care of yourself? You feel me? Are you eating well? Are you drinking your water? Are you getting your vegetables, your fruits in? Are you limiting the amount of junk food and all the other kind of processed stuff you put in your body? Are you letting your body get the amount of rest that it needs? Are you getting exercise, physical activity in running, walking, swimming, skating, boating, whatever? Are you getting all of that in? Because one thing that this verse also says is, as God does the church. And God does a lot for us that keeps us moving and healthy. So we should do a lot for our body that keeps it moving and healthy, right? I'm telling y'all, self-care is deeper. It's a deep thing. Some people might say self-care can be selfish if you look at it from that standpoint. I truly believe the importance of when you're taking care of yourself, you are able to take care of others. You feel me? Take care of yourself. It's deeper than the superficial aspect of it. It's deeper than that. When you are taking care of self, you can thoroughly take care of others. This video was a little different from the regular smegular. I know, y'all, but I do hope you enjoyed it. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I read a lot of books that talks about financial self-care, emotional self-care, spiritual self-care, social self-care. I told you it's pretty deep, but it's very inspiring. And the better I am up here and up here, the better I will be everywhere else. And the better I'll be to you, okay?
I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please go ahead and help your girl out by hitting that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell right next to it so you can be notified the next time that I am all up on your screen. Also, if you're bored during the week, come on and hang out with me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all of that, all of that.
And I will catch you on the next one. Until then, my sister, my cousin, my friends, Team Kinks, I say, Team Kinks. In order to have healthy mind, body, soul, you got to do healthy things consistently. NappyFu checking out. Deuces. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click on the subscription button. You are still here, and I am happy. Watch some more videos and join Team Kinks.